What's good, YouTube? It's Ray Jarrell. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys one of the best IForm schemes in Madden 24. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So first of all, I pray you're having a great holiday, and I pray you're actually spending time with your family and your loved ones. Get off the game every now and again and go spend time with your family, man. But anyways, the playbook I'm in is the Bills offensive playbook. Again, I'm in the Bills offensive playbook. Now, this formation can be found in other playbooks, but only the Bills offense has these certain run plays and these certain pass plays. So make sure you are in the Bills offensive playbook. But if you are curious about any ebooks or anything, please make sure you visit my website, allthingsmadden.com. The link is in the description. And also, if you go on my website, you'll see something called request the ebook. All that means is you'll fill out the form, you'll tell me what formation you want, and then I'll actually make the ebook for you, and I will actually put it straight into your account, so you don't have to worry about anything. All you have to do is fill out the form, and then you'll send it to me, and then I'll make the ebook, put it in your account. That's all it is. Really great feature on the website. So we have that. I also have ebooks already made. So if you're curious about any of that, if you're interested in any of that, make sure you visit the website, allthingsmadden.com. Again, link in the description. But anyways, let's go on and get started with this video though. So I do have some gameplay I'm gonna show you guys at the end, and I'm gonna try to keep this video very simple but very effective. So first and foremost, we kind of want to talk about personnel. So you just want to make sure, I personally love to have two running backs in instead of the fullback. So we'll actually put in Harris because he is faster than Latavius Murray. And you want to have obviously your two best receivers. So obviously your two best. But anyways, the reasons I like this one in the Bills playbook is because they have this Bills alert looky. They have the halfback strong. They have I love the stretch alert. That's a really great run play. The ISO is good. Now, also, what's good is this fullback dive, fake halfback. It's not in a lot of playbooks. This play has been really good in Madden's past, but it's still pretty good this year. Now, the fullback halfback, or the fake fullback dive, where you flip it to the running back, you'll see me use this in game, and I don't want to talk about it right now. You'll see it in gameplay, but long story short, it's not as good, but it can be. It has good potential, but you'll see here in a second. But anyways, regardless, this is how I like to do my audibles. We're gonna have Texas. Now, this is a wild card that if you want, so you could put any run play that you like in here. I just left power roll. This is just stock. I didn't touch this one at all. This is how it comes. So personally, I would probably put this Bills alert looky. I would put the halfback counter. It's a really great run play. And I would also put the stretch. And lastly, I would put the ISO. Those are just the ones that I would put there personally. Now, if you want to be, cheesy, you can put the fullback dive there if you want to be cheesy. But these are the other two that I really love, X post and PA power O. All right, so I'm trying to keep this very simple. So what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna come out in X post, and again, if you want an ebook on this formation, I'll go more in depth with these other plays, but I'm only going to focus on the plays that I'll use primarily when I put this scheme together myself. So yeah, we're gonna go against 3-4-I. It's one of the better run defense style formations. It's not as popular. People love to go to the 3-3 Cub now. So I still every now and again find people going 3-4. Lately I've been seeing a lot of 4-3 even, but anyways, I'm gonna keep everything simple. We're gonna go just cover 3 because it's just what you normally have. Your opponent's gonna come out in some variation of cover 3 most of the time when they're trying to do run defense, or it's either gonna be cover 3 or man coverage most of the time. You aren't really gonna get a lot of cover 2, a lot of cover 4, type of defenses anymore. But anyways, we're gonna switch over to the lineman. All right. What I love to do for this setup actually beats every single coverage in the game, literally every single coverage. All we're gonna do, we're gonna take X, we're gonna put them on a streak. I want y'all to be able to see this setup, so I'm gonna throw this ball out, and then you guys will be able to watch me put this setup in. But don't worry, this video, hopefully this video doesn't take too long, because I want to show you guys this gameplay. So they're not gonna let me do it, but X is on the streak. Okay, there it goes. You want to motion over X to the other side. Now you want to take circle. You want to put him on a comeback route. Let's see if they'll show it. Nope, they're not gonna show circle on the comeback. And you want to take triangle, and you want to put him on a curl. All right, so I'm gonna spy Clark just so we have some time. Now, his route's the same. He's on a streak, and he's on a comeback route, and he is on a curl right here. So don't mind what it shows, okay? So all you need is time in the pocket, and if you have time, you're going to be able to tell right there. It's just going to be able to be a nice dot, and a lot of times that's exactly what it's going to look like, where you're just going to outrun that safety. It's just how it is with this particular route. This route is extremely good, this little S post type of route, and it's great because of the streak that's going to actually do a great job of pushing back this deep safety. Now, if you're getting pressured, I still love this play, because what happens here is we can throw this ball right now, which I'll show you. I showed you ideally when you want to throw this ball, and when you run this play, you're gonna notice me mess up a couple times in gameplay. But what you want to do is you want to step up in the pocket. You never ever want to keep dropping back, and you're gonna see me make that mistake here in a little bit. You'll see what happens. But I love this play for a couple reasons. So normally when you run this play, the user's gonna be very aggressive in the middle. They're going to assume that this is going to be covered. A lot of times they aren't even going to see this develop, because they're going to be focused on taking away this running back little check down right here. Now, I love this read right here. Now, every now and again, depending on what they're doing with their purples or their flats, you'll have this throw right here out the gates where you can throw this ball. It'd be open a lot of the times, to be honest with you. But you can tell we have kind of a three-way read here. And also, if I wanted to wait, you could have waited a lot longer and let him run about right here if you wanted to. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you all that right now, so you can kind of just get the gist of it. Okay, so I'm gonna spy this guy. We got X on the streak, circle on a comeback, triangle on a curl, just like this, and we're going to motion the guy over. So just remember, you want the streak to be on the same side as your S post. That's why we're motioning our tight end over. Now keep in mind, to confuse your opponent, you can call run plays and then motion over this tight end as well. So don't forget that you can do stuff like that. So, you know, we want to make sure we're not being predictable, okay? So I'm gonna let this extend out so you can see what I'm saying. So notice how we can throw here. Maybe we could stop, try to do a little dance or something, you know. But realistically, you just want to outrun them. Honestly, I was just kind of playing around. But that's the one read you can make. Now, the other read, like I was telling you, is you actually can throw this comeback route. It all just depends on who you have and who they have. So just notice that time they're going to sit on it. Why did they sit on the rail? Because there was no flat defender. So if you want to throw that, be careful, okay? You won't be able to throw it versus stock purples. You really, if they're playing stock purples and you just want to have that as an option to throw, then just simply leave triangle on his route and take R1 and now put him on a curl. Just keep in mind, you're sending 5 out. So, you know, just be very, very mindful of that. So anyways, you kind of get the gist of that right there. So that's only good. I only love throwing that comeback route versus man coverage, which you'll see here in a second. But if they play that purple like that and they aren't doing nothing to it, you can just dump this ball down, get you about, you know, 4 or 5 yards. So this is another option that you have. And keep in mind, we're still gonna have this throw right here that we can actually hit. So last thing I want to show you with this play before I kind of speed through and show you other setups and everything, I want to show you how early we can throw this square route, okay? So with the square route, you can actually throw this ball right up in there, and then either you can get a possession catch or you can actually just take it and score, because that I know that hook zone looks like it's gonna play it, but it actually does not play it. And the reason it takes so long too is because there's a little auto drop back animation on this play. It's where you have no control over the quarterback until he actually puts his plant foot down, which is right there, to where you can start scooting up. But a lot of times this guy is going to drop straight down or just hover, and that's when we're going to be able to throw this strike right there, and then we're going to have just a nice little completion if we want it, okay? So I'm going to kind of speed this up along. I appreciate the patience of y'all. So anyways, we're going to quickly just fly through this. So this is cover 2, because we are able to throw this versus cover 2. As long as you have time in the pocket, that is all you need. Right there, you can tell square is going to be wide open. Like I said, I'm not going to keep going to replay. You guys look at it, you can see square is wide open. So man coverage is the last thing that I want to mention. Now for man coverage, I really love to throw this comeback route versus man coverage. It's one of my favorite things to throw if I have a good matchup. Now, Jair is probably going to bag Gabe Davis, so that's not an ideal matchup. But what happens here is that if you look at square, that route is perfect at beating man coverage. It really is a great man beating route. Now, keep in mind, I wasn't pressed, but you don't, even if they're pressed, it's still a good route. It just creates a whole lot of separation. So let's go back to man coverage, and I guess I'll show you worst case scenario. So let's go in and press. And let's show you worst case scenario with this. So let's go ahead and flip our play to where this is, you know, we have a bad matchup with this route. And I'm only doing this so you can just see how this route is, you know. So ideally, you wouldn't want to do this. You'd want to exploit, you know, whatever best matchup you have. So this is just kind of showing you worst case scenario. Hopefully I have time in the pocket. But as you can tell, he did undercut it, but we did have a step on him. It's just, if you don't have a good matchup, the way this play works is that you have to hold the ball a little longer, and sometimes you won't have that much time to hold the ball. But what I wanted you to see is look at kind of how Jair has to kind of go through the traffic, and a lot of times that's going to give you this great window over here. But the sad part is you just need time in the pocket. Now, I love this comeback route versus man coverage if you have a good matchup, because I ain't gonna say 10 out of 10, but about 8 times out of 10, if you have a great matchup, this is exactly what's going to happen, where he's going to get a nice little breakdown, and then he's going to keep going and then come back. That's the purpose of the comeback route. And then you'll be able to throw this ball right on the break and get a nice little completion. So notice how this isn't open. We'll be able to throw that. So basically, that's how I love that. All right, so moving forward, Texas route. Okay, so well, Texas. They aren't going to show me the play, so we're going to go ahead and throw this out, because I love for you guys to see the play, see the setup, instead of me having to tell you. I love for you to just see it yourself. So let's go back to Texas. So for this, we want to take square, put them on a streak. You want to take circle, put them on a drag. And either A, you can run it just like this, or B, which is my personal favorite, is you want to take this guy and just motion him across. Now this setup will beat every single coverage in the game. It's just a high-low read, so we'll have circle or we'll have X. It literally just depends. But your primary read is going to be X when you call this play. And then lastly, not lastly, but I'll show you the circle read again. So just streak square, drag circle, and then we're going to motion this guy across, and this is all that we're going to need to do. Now there is another variation that I like that I'm going to show you, but what I wanted to tell you is that you can actually throw circle right there, and depending on who you have, you'll be able to just make a nice play. Now another variation that I like, it's a 5-out type of play, meaning that we're not going to have nobody in the running back, you know, one of our running backs blocking. So we're going to do the same setup, except for we're going to take triangle, and now we're going to swing him. So the reason we're going to swing him is because we're going to widen out the flat zone on the right side, and it's going to allow us to be able to throw circle and have more running room. As you can see, we have a little bit more running room because we're bringing the flat player outside. So that's another variation that I like. Now let's go back to Texas. So again, I want y'all to be able to see the setup, so we're going to throw that ball out real quick. All right, so with this Texas play, there's another setup that I like. So what we're going to do is we're going to take square, we're still going to put him on a streak. We're going to take circle. We're still going to put him, we're going to take square, put him on a streak, and then we're just going to motion our running back out. And then we're going to take triangle, and I like to put him on a swing route to the right side. So I know it's not showing, but the running back is on a swing to the right side. And we're going to basically make a read. Squares on the streak. All we did was motion over R1, and then took circle, left him on his curl route, and triangle is on a swing to the right side. So anyways, what's going to happen here is that we're just going to have this nice little soft spot that we'll be able to throw. And basically we're going to make the user have to choose between our tight end and our running back when we do this setup. So we're going to take square, put them on a streak. We're going to take triangle, put them on a swing, and that is all we're going to do. And again, you just want time on this, but we're going to make the user choose between R1, but we're really going to be looking over the top at X, if that makes sense. But we're forcing the user to have to make a choice. And anytime you're going to force the user to have to make a choice, you have a great offense. The only thing is just, you know, if you need to block this guy and leave him in, don't be scared to leave him in. I'll show you that here in a second, but it just helps if you want to kind of widen them out, you know, widen some of the players out. That's all that's for. Here, I'll show you one more time. Again, we're calling Texas. I know it doesn't show it, but squares on a streak. And the running back triangle is blocked, and it's still going to be the same exact concept. Look at R1 get open right there, and then of course look at X. He's going to get open across every single route in the game, every single coverage in the game. Excuse me. But I love that play right there. Now, finally, the last play I want to go over is PA Power O. Now with this play, you could technically run this play stock. If you run it stock, I like to just block my running back triangle, and then that way we won't have to worry about the play action, because sometimes the play action gets you sacked with this play. Now you got two options here. Either you can motion this guy and make your opponent think you're doing the table route, not the table route, the make you think you're doing the angle route, excuse me. So you can do it that way, which is the way I like to do. Or what we could do too is we could take square, Sometimes I like to put him on the in route and just leave him like this to where our opponent doesn't know what play we're running. I'll show you this little variation right here. So the square and an X, obviously there's going to be your two main reads on that play, and this is great for any zone coverage in the game. Now, lastly, before I show you gameplay, we're going to go to PA Power O. And my other favorites play is you're just going to take him and motion him across just like this. And then you're going to take square. We're still going to put him on a little small in route. But basically, we're making a high-low. And last thing, I like to take triangle, press X. And I like to smart route it to be ran deeper. So this is what it looks like smart routed. And this is what it looks like stock. You see the difference, how it's going to extend out about 3-4 more yards. You might not think it matters, but it actually matters. So you're going to be able to run this route a little deeper. So with this one, you can keep the play action if you want to. It's going to allow X to develop a little bit faster. And I don't know why that throw is that bad, but you get the idea of why I like that route concept, because a lot of times either they're going to play the run pretty hard or they're going to think we're running the other play where this guy is running like the little S post and he's running a streak. So a lot of times they will pass this route off, and then about that time they'll start to realize like, oh, that's not even the play he's running, and then you'll be able to throw this dot right here. Or what happens is they're just going to take their user and run back here and wait for the post route, and that's where we're going to hit them underneath, if that makes sense. So you can tell why I like this play. It's just really, really great concept. But anyways, that's pretty much everything I wanted to give you as far as passing concept. So let's go on and dive into this gameplay. All right, so right here we got the little gameplay here. So we're kind of starting off right here passing the ball, and this concept is really great because what happens is if the user goes and chase the post route, as you can tell, we're just gonna be able to scramble out with our quarterback because we're gonna step up in the pocket. So right here I was kind of excuse me, my voice going out. So right there I was kind of testing out the run, because when you run this offense, you want to primarily run the ball. That's the point of this offense. But if you notice, if you're doing it correctly and your opponent's not blitzing you and they're trying to play back and play coverage, a lot of times you're going to be able to have great gaps to run through. So the other thing about this formation, which I'm glad I got to experience this in game to show you, is that every now and then, if you play an opponent who has a great defensive line, it's going to be hard to run these passing concepts. So you're just going to have to really hit your reads, and you're going to have to run the ball effectively, because the Eagles, they have a really great pass rush, as you can tell. We have people open. The angle route is going to get open, but a lot of times you need time, and sometimes time can be hard, and that time was my fault, the one I was telling you about. I should have stepped up in the pocket. So you guys want to make sure you're getting used to stepping up in the pocket. So part of why I like this IForm Pro is because the run plays on this formation is really, really OP in my opinion. So right here is what I was telling you, is that if your opponent steps down any to cover the running back, you'll be able to throw that post route every single time versus any coverage. Now, right here, I wanted to show you guys some, some defense a little bit too. Anytime there's any turnover or something that's kind of notable that I want to show you, I like to just include it in there. It's just something I like to do, so that way I can kind of connect every single video that I put out, especially when it's a defensive video. But right here, this is the PA Power O play. Now, one thing you will notice, and I want to tell you before, please don't run this play inside when it's close to the red zone. You want to give yourself enough time to be able to hit that post route by the tight end. As you can tell, we were just too close to the end zone, and it didn't really make sense to call that play. Now right here, I love calling this little play Texas when they try to blitz, because that backside drag route is so great at exposing any type of blitz. So right here is the halfback play I was telling you about, where the fake dive halfback pitch. So notice we have all that room on the outside, but they actually have it to where you can't run fast immediately. I don't know why it is. It was like that in years past too. They kind of nerfed the play. It used to be to where you could just run full speed, but they didn't make it that way. So this one right here is the fullback dive version of it. You can tell it kind of made our opponent hesitate a little bit, and that's what allowed us to get the touchdown right there. So right here, I wanted to show you guys this because this is the video I put out for you to blitz, and as you can tell, I mean, it literally just screams though. You know, it's really crazy that not a lot of people use this particular setup with that particular play. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, please make sure you go and take a look at it so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, this is pretty much gonna wrap it up though. Comment and let me know if you guys like it, how you like an offensive scheme, how you like the defensive scheme. And I truly, truly appreciate you guys. I pray you have a blessed day. I'm Ray Drill, and I'm out.